Dawson. Our main headlines tonight.
Daddy, it's starting!
To every single one of you's a bit Jesus.
What a wild ride this has been. Well, that's a very blunt question.
Advance is lying to you.
Buenas, buenas, buenas. Aquí estamos
Friends,
dándole caña
and have confidence that the team will keep you safe.
a esta parte de la noche primero con este juego de estar en un programa de televisión. Vamos a ver qué tal va. Seguro que la voy a liar, eso seguro.
Are you saying that advance have cured death?
Jog off!
We're still vassals, slaves.
Vamos al modo historia primero. A ver cómo es. Hola, Dark.
That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Ahí está. Día 1, elecciones. Mira a la derecha.
Hi David, I have a call for you. I'm just putting it through.
Tengo una llamada para ti.
Alright, mate. Dave here. Listen, I know you've only come in to clean up the place, but I've got a bit caught up, so you're gonna have to run the news tonight. Now, don't worry, it's not hard, and I'm gonna stay on the phone and help you. First, I'm gonna give you a quick tour of the broadcast room, so if you're not doing it already, look forwards towards all those screens. Right, look up at the top. That coloured bar is your audience.
La barra de la
You
audiencia.
wanna keep the viewers going up and not down. Underneath that, you've got the screens. The one on the right is the broadcast screen.
La pantalla de
That's what the
emisión.
viewers are seeing at home. It's only a couple of seconds behind the master screen there in the middle. That's the one you control. Now, the four small screens on the left show the different signals coming from the studio, and you can choose between them using the numbered buttons on the vision mixer at the bottom left. Don't worry, I'll talk you through it and you'll pick it up in no time. Now, have a look to your left. These plugs control everything in the studio.
Controlan todo el
I've left them set
plato.
up for you, so provided you haven't fiddled with them, all you have to do now is throw the master trip switch and we're in business. Once you've got the power on, face the front again. You can see on the broadcast screen that we're in the end titles for the show before us. Fortunately, they go on for fucking ages, so there's plenty of time for me to explain. Oh, right, okay, they're over, so we haven't got long now till the broadcast. Right, quickly, mate, look down under the desk. You can see a load of videotapes on the left. They're your adverts. Pick any three and load them into the machines on the right. When you've done that, look up to the front again. You should be getting a signal from the studio soon.
A ver.
When you get the signal, select screen one with the vision mixer and we're ready to go.
Prawn and mayonnaise?
You don't seem to make me go out in costume.
¿En serio?
There will be prawns every day.
10 seconds, everybody. That's how I show love.
You're trying to kill me.
And yet you persist, going in 5, 4.
Es la otra de tontería, ¿ves?
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main stories tonight.
Okay, we're all good. Next is going to be the throw to the news titles on screen 2. There'll be a countdown, but I'll count you in as well. Just relax, mate. It's all gravy.
Buys Honest Andy's Totally Independent and corners the flowered market. Top chat. Sports fans everywhere celebrate as popular footballer Johnny Hamsley wins Sports Personality of the Year.
Qué bueno.
A spoonful of sugar. Meghan will be chatting with movie star Lawrence Blunderclatch about his new movie, The Medicated. And, of course, We'll be going live to Advance headquarters to hear what the leaders of this fledgling party have to say on their historic...
Right. Button 2 in 3, 2, 1, now. Lovely, mate. Next thing is to throw back to Jeremy with button 1 when that globe in the middle shrinks down and vanishes. Here it comes. Switch to screen 1. Lovely, mate.
But first, the votes are in and it's a decisive win for Advance.
Qué arte, tío. Mira toda la que voy a liar.
81% of the popular vote is the biggest election win in living memory. Advance appealed to voters up and down the country with their bold promises of permanent change. But critics have accused him of a severe lack of actual policies and of being deliberately vague. The opposition parties have all conceded defeat to Advance's overwhelming mandate, but have yet to appear publicly. However, former Home Secretary...
Right, it's going well. All you've got to do now is play the advert at the end of the segment. Make sure you don't play it too early or we'll all get fired. Now the clock at the top is counting you down to the advert. When it reaches 0, press one of the 3 play ad buttons over there at the bottom right. I normally play the first one at the first break and so on, but you can play them in any order you want. I'll count you into it as well, but keep your eye on the clock.
To hear the co-leader's acceptance speech.
And 3, 2, 1, advert.
1 minute back, everybody. Jeremy, I need you to fill after the ads.
What? Why?
Wanker Snatch is running late.
Oh,
I thought I'd ask him about the election.
personally, I wouldn't try to confuse him with any big words.
Y él no está hablando ahí
See, we used
fuera del
I
directo.
thought that was our little secret. It's all right, he doesn't remember anything I tell him.
I'm deeply uncomfortable with your burgeoning friendship.
Me too.
No.
Wicked. We've made it to the first ad break. You're doing great, mate. But this is where it starts getting a bit trickier. This next sequence is what we call a multicam sequence, because you're going to be cutting between multiple cameras to keep things interesting. A lot of it's down to personal taste, but here's 3 good rules of thumb. 1. Try and keep the shot on whoever is doing the talking. 2. Don't stay on the same shot for too long. 10 seconds at the most. So if you're on the person who's talking, try and throw in the odd reaction shot or pull out to the wide shot for a bit just to keep it interesting. 3. Don't stay on reaction shots for too long. A couple of seconds is usually enough. Then the audience want to see who's doing the talking, yeah? Stick to these rules and you'll be fine.
Verá.
It's not as complicated as it sounds. You've seen programs on television, haven't you? Make it look like those. Might as well get screen 1 selected now. No need to wait for the broadcast to start. Try and stay ahead, mate.
We're coming back from the break. Quiet in the studio. Thank you so much.
No fue tanto de tiempo.
Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later we'll be hearing from shock election winners Advance. But first
Get
up,
ready to go to Megan on screen 4.
is here with a star of both stage and screen. Megan?
Thank you, Jeremy. Megan Wolf, culture correspondent. And today I have a guest who starred in everything from Shakespeare
Right,
to
go
the
to Blunderclatch on screen 3 when she says his
joined
name.
today by none other than Lawrence Blunderclatch. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, my dear, I do hope you believe me when I tell you that being with you here today is among
Switch to 2 for the wide now.
May I say having you here with us is among ours.
Right, now just try and stay on whoever's talking.
Latest movie, which is called The Medicated.
The medicated, yes.
Wow, what was that like?
Well, as I said to Peter at the Rat, that's Peter Jensen, the director. Do you know him? He's a wonderful chap, he really is.
Give us a look at Megan's reaction.
Several movies, all
Lovely. Now back to Thunder Twat.
What a wild ride this has been. And you know what, Megan? I really meant that.
Wow, that is fantastic. And am I right in saying that the character you play in this movie is quite an academic one?
Absolutely right. A scientist.
Was that a challenge at all?
What exactly are you implying? But seriously, yes, you're right. It was a complete departure from my last starring role when I played Sergeant Brock Rockman in Bullet Man. You'll remember that
La cara de ella.
one sort of
Ay, qué bueno ellos.
A love, of course, for freedom. I think it's grossed over $1 billion, but we'll see who's counting.
It's a role that saw you scoop 2 Best Actor awards, if I remember correctly.
It's so sweet of you to mention it, but I really am not in it for the awards, although those 3 little statues do take pride of place on my mantelpiece.
With all the others, I'm sure. So, if you're not doing it for
Qué arte
what
ella.
is it then that drives you?
That is a beautiful question, Megan, and not easy to answer. Like you, I'm afraid. Cut me, and I will bleed. And often, that's how it feels, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Bleeding, giving, suffering for one's.
Vale, creo que te pone en qué color.
In the end, I do it for the difference it makes.
Been on that show a bit long.
I do it for the people that I inspire. The little people. But most of all, I think I do
La
it
cara de
for
ella,
the
tío.
change that I can bring about in the world.
Get back to who's talking.
Today, of course, we're in for some real change.
Vale, te cambia el color.
In the coming few months. What do you make of this historic election result?
Oh, well. Well, now you're asking. Historic election result. Indeed. Historic is the word. Well, it's difficult, isn't it? Very difficult. But I think I've always been quite clear that when it comes to politics,
Está
one
guapo,
should
tío.
always strive to not fuck things
La
up.
cara de ella.
Oh, well, don't worry, you won't do it again. Shit, he did it again. Okay, don't panic. I'll explain how to deal with swearing at the break.
Medicated, which opens next week
Right,
around
they've swapped the shot of Jeremy on screen 1 for a VT of the movie clip. You'll get a countdown on the screen, but I'll just let Megan cue you in.
My character, Dr. Lance Hemlock, is faced with a decision that could affect humanity's very survival.
exciting stuff. Let's take a look. Exciting stuff. And we're
Go to the film clip, screen 1. God, looks like Blunderclatch is really losing it in the studio. I'd love to hear what he's saying, but we can't find out now. We'll go to the Rushes room together once the broadcast's over.
Understand it.
It's not your fault.
You think I don't know that?
Lol.
We mustn't think of Carol.
That's Dr. Lance to you, Miss Flanagan.
Lol.
Did it for you, baby. All for you.
Dr. Hemlock.
We're gonna change the world, do you remember? If only I listened to you.
Dr. Hemlock.
You told me, but I didn't listen.
Doctor,
I'm drowning, Lance, you said.
you need to see this.
No, it's all too late.
Look at this!
The virus. The sterility. This formula. This is the key.
We could stop it all.
Yes, we could stop it all. We have to ask ourselves.
At the end of the clip, you'll want to play another ad. Remember to use the clock at the top to count you in. Right, I guess I better explain how to deal with bleeping out swear words. As you've probably noticed, the broadcast screen, here, is about 2 seconds behind the master screen, here. When someone says a naughty word, the bleep button lights up, like this. 2 seconds later, you'll hear that swear word going out on the broadcast, and you need to hold down the bleep button, or the spacebar on your keyboard, for as long as the swear word lasts. It can take a bit of practice getting used to hearing
Verá
two things
tu
at once.
ascendencia
Just
palabrota.
stay calm, and you'll get it. And if you can't tell when to bleep, just above the button, you'll literally be able to see the sound scrolling by. All you gotta do is hold it down while the red bit is over the red line. Simple. Of course, if you do it by eye, you'll have to take your eye off the screens. That's why real professionals do it by ear. Most people like to have the volume of the broadcast screen a little bit below the master screen. Let's set it now.
These potentially true statistics are all terrifying reasons why you should pop a bit of Johnny in your...
Mate, if you don't turn up the broadcast volume, you won't be able to time your bleeps. Good. you're set to start censoring. Like I say, it takes a little practice, but I'll try and help you through it, and soon we'll have you bleeping like a pro. Remember, button lights up, count 1, 2, and hold it down. Remember to select screen 1 now that you've got the feed. Don't wait for the broadcast to go live. That's too late. You can use the number buttons on your keyboard, 1 to 4.
Welcome back. I'm told we can now go live to advance headquarters. I'm told we can now go live to advance headquarters. Peter Clement and Julia Salisbury are about to make their acceptance address.
Cut to the outside broadcast.
Oh, shit. Do I start?
Get ready to bleep.
Well,
You're bleeping.
thank you all for coming. Well, thank you all for coming. Well, what a day.
They said we couldn't do it.
Remember the tits.
They knew every dirty low-down lying southern low-down lying southern bastard trick they had against us.
I'm sorry about the language.
Sorry about that. I've had a couple of celebrations. Sorry about that. I've had a couple of celebrations. Coarser than the ground is funny.
Memorably proud.
El nota todo el día diciendo
Let's be
tacos.
honest, who can blame Peter for celebrating? Let's be honest, who can blame Peter for celebrating? You've heard us say that advance are not a political party. Advance are not a political party. When things are going well. That is what you have when things are going well. You don't need a party. When the country is... You don't need a party. But today is day one of a new future. Day one of a new future. Fairer future. A better, fairer future.
Se la trae ahí, se la de la...
Over, they shouldn't be celebrating. Over, they shouldn't be putting their shitting pants on and opening their dusty shitting pants on and opening their dusty checkbooks.
Again, cannot be put, but not
El nota todo borracho.
Before we came out here to address the nation, we used our executives
El nota todo borracho,
Working with the wealth office, we have produced working with the tax office, we have person in the country with wealth of every person in the country with wealth into the million.
The sort of probably the likes of you and me, and the likes of you and me, are not welcome in their
Tomorrow we will be introducing sweeping reform of the tax system in this country. This is all creative accounting. This is all creative accounting. Unavoidable set of tax laws. Unavoidable set of tax laws.
Bastard public school snobs have got nowhere to hide. Have got nowhere to hide. We revoked your passport. We revoked your passport. You want to leave like you threatened before the election. That's fine. You're going to pay first. You're going to pay up.
Advance are going to turn this country from a nation of warring individuals, to properly fund health.
Esta ahí sí la sé la...
Pundits said we'd have to raise billions. We'd have to raise you'll see when we've reclaimed what's ours. When we've reclaimed what's ours. That's absolute. So to you posh twats,
the people who pay you a pittance to serve them drinks in their private the people whose children you raise.
El nota todo borracho.
Advance have this to say to you. Advance have this to say to you. We are coming for your sports cars and your mansions and your vineyards and your mansions and your vineyards. We will put the wealth of this country. We will put the wealth of this country in the hands of the people who created it. In the hands of the people who created it.
Today.
Yes. It ends today. It ends and tomorrow today. We'll start making it fair again. We'll start making it fair again. Yes, we would.
And until then, ladies and gents, I
can't argue with that. I can't argue with that.
Ah, vale, se pone en rojo.
Well, interesting acceptance speech there from the leaders of advance. And our apologies for the fruity language. And our apologies for the fruity language. Out for you in time. Hopefully we got that bleeped out for you in time. Someone's going to be in trouble. If not, someone's going to be in trouble. As the country braces itself...
Censurando porque me da la gana.
That's all from us this evening. We'll be back tomorrow with full coverage of the first day under advance. With full coverage of the first day under advance. Have a peaceful... Have a peaceful...
And we're out. Good job, everybody. Send again tomorrow. Good job, everybody. Send again tomorrow.
Not really got the hang of it, have you? I suggest you get some practice in, have another go, that sort of thing. This country's fucked, mate.
Qué gracioso, tío.
Limited edition
I'll see you
collection.
tomorrow night.
My Salad Weekly.
No, got a date.
Sign up now, and every week we'll send you an authentic, ethically sourced
Ay,
ingredient.
qué bueno, tío, no me hace reír. ¿De qué? Estaba bien. No, yo me he saltado de reír, ¿eh? Dinero actual, pobre como una rata.
In a few moments, we'll be going live to tonight's national nightly news. But before that, let's take a look at what's coming up later on tonight on Channel 1. At 7 o'clock, it's the semi-final of the quotation game, and it's a nail-biting quiz tonight as a team of nuclear physicists take on 4 old ladies from East Grinching. That's followed at 8 p.m. by award-winning documentary series The Shape of Now, which...
Megan will...
Right, click on rushes and let's have a look at those. Right, this is the rushes room. It's pretty simple. The 4 screens you can see, they're going to show you the 4 signals you got from the studio during the actual broadcast. Difference is you can mute any combination of them so you can have a listen to the stuff you weren't allowed to show. Select the broadcast and give it a go, and when you're done listening to the backstage secrets, hit back.
Solicitud 3. Día 3. Un compañero de otro departamento te ha confesado que se ha estado llevando esta información confidencial. Se estaba llevando a casa información confidencial. Hoy ha desaparecido un archivo de escasa importancia casi. Recomienda al compañero que hable con el jefe. Han despedido hoy a un departamento por desempeño insuficiente. Tu jefe te ha dado nuevas responsabilidades y objetivos mucho más elevados que los que tenía que antes. Se queda todo casi. En la barbacoa nueva de la empresa te han invitado a ti y a tu familia. Estás deseando disfrutar de un día agradable con tu familia y tus amigos. Tras una larga carrera plagada de éxito, estás a punto de jubilarte. En tu discurso tú te enumera los logros y los buenos recuerdos que tienes trabajando allí. En tu tiempo libre tú te gusta relajarte en soledad con actividades con escuchar. Vale, la primera, escuchar música. Pregunta 7. ¿Tus vacaciones ideales serían? Acampada romántica. Vale, esto. Con tu pareja. Lo más importante es que el gobierno garantice a sus ciudadanos disfruten de igualdad. Día 3, día 4, digo, y yo avanza un montón de días. Día 6, cosas de casa. Día 6, cosas de casa. Estás de San y los niños se han ido a la cama. Estás secando tu taza de café favorita, un recuerdo desgastado de vuestro primer viaje juntos. La pintura ya apenas se ve, pero la cara tan bobalicona que tiene dibujada todavía te saca una sonrisa. Unos golpeteos en la ventana te devuelven a la realidad. Allí en el jardín, sujetando un llamado antiguo maletín verde favorito, está Chris. De todos los hermanos y hermanas de Sam, es que mejor te cae. Cuando pasa, se sienta en la mesa en la cocina temblando. Chris inspira profundamente. Perdona por venir tan tarde, Ale, balbucea Chris. Pero necesito un favor y solo tú puedes ayudarme. No hay problema, ¿qué pasa? Seguro que ya sabes que lo que está con locura de pan, ¿verdad? La ley de bienes y riqueza, como la llaman ellos. Le están robando el dinero a la gente que ha ganado en el sudor de su frente para dársela a los vagos, ¿eh? Una gilipollas. Nunca había visto a Chris así. No digo que el 1% de los más ricos no tengan dinero, continúa Chris. Pero ellos se lo pueden permitir, pero la gente como yo lo vamos a perder todo. Es horrible, pero no tengo claro cómo puedo ayudarte. De toda la familia tú siempre has sido quien más capaz económica tiene. Lo siento mucho, pero de quitar... De verdad eres tan inocente, se están llevando todo lo que quieren y lo distribuyen como les viene en gana. Ningún gobierno debería tener ese poder. Mira, ese no es el motivo por el que estoy aquí. Necesito que me prestes tu pasaporte. Se han llevado el mío junto al de mitad del país, pero la gente dice que tú y yo nos parecemos que crima mina de un lado a otro. Tengo que salir de aquí cuanto antes de ser demasiado tarde. Una vez que esté fuera, yo y mi dinero estaremos a salvo. Pero tengo que irme antes de que cogerle mis cuentas, por favor, no te lo pedirás si fuera. Debe haber otra cosa, otra forma. Estás de coña, siempre os he ayudado a ti y a Sam. He tratado a vuestro hijo como si fueran míos. Esto no significa nada para ti. Va en contra de la ley. Me la apañaré por mi cuenta. Lo llamo yo el altar familiar, ¿eh? Que suelta Chris casi escupiendo mientras coge su maletín fluorescente y desaparece en la noche. Vuelves a limpiar los zapatos. Al volver a agarrar la taza de Sam La cara despellada parece que te perfora con su mirada. El nudo de tu estómago se aprieta.